Okay. So we're here today to introduce the entire HTC One family, with obviously the HTC One being the hero. Next to that, we launched the HTC Mini just after the summer, which is a more compact version of the HTC One, but still uses the same premium experience. And today here in San Siro, you can actually also see the HTC Max, which is the bigger version, where you can really consume media. It has a fingerprint scanner on the back, and it actually completes the HTC One family. The purpose of creating the HTC One family was to offer something unique, something different, something that is a change from the normal benchmark in the industry, where most phones look alike. They're all made out of plastic. They're black and they're squared. And we wanted to create something unique. So unique in sound, unique ultra pixel camera that takes great pictures at low light, but also really the materials we use, the look and the feel is actually quite different. So we're quite happy with the family. It's done pretty well in Italy. We have ambitions to do even more with the HTC One family, and so far it's been received very well. We've just also announced new colors. Maybe to comment on the let's say the developer edition that we've launched in other countries. We're from the Italian perspective, we're very much watching that trend to sort of see if that's something we should do for Italy for next year. We haven't made up our minds what to do, but we have seen, for instance, in the US, where we did launch the developer edition, that the majority of the customers still want the normal HTC One, and it's a small group of people that want the developer edition. So we're trying to think what we can do in the future to sort of satisfy people that want both. And I think in the near future we will probably make some announcement in that direction.
So are you planning also to enlarge and sell a bigger amount of Google Edition phones, also for example in Europe, in the Italian country and so on? So people that are looking for something to mod, something to play with, could buy something simple and usable, for example, unlocking the bootloader, for example, uploading and using their ROMs, their cooked ROMs, for example.
Yeah, so we're just sort of discussing that and making up our minds whether or not we should seriously look into that. I think what's important for HTC is to really create something special, really stand out. And like I said, in the US, for instance, you had the options to do both. And we actually saw that the Google edition only sold a very small amount. So we really need to look into the business case and see whether or not it makes sense to do that for Italy.
Okay, and for example about BlinkFeed with the new platform, are you planning also to introduce it on the smaller phones, cheaper phones of your gamma, for example from top level to the cheaper one?
So on HTC BlinkFeed, like with many of the features of the innovative HTC products, what you usually see that our innovation starts at the very high end of the portfolio and then it sort of drills down. If you take, for instance, the Desire 601 that we've only recently launched in Italy, that also has BlinkFeed and stereo sound in it as well, just like the HTC One. So yeah, BlinkFeed is going to come down throughout the portfolio, is becoming an integrated part of the Sense experience.
For example, about the amount of memory, are you planning also to introduce more 64 gigs in all your elements, for example also HTC Mini, the standard version, the Max version, to get, for example, more space for music videos and so on? So are you planning to enlarge the memory size inside your phones?
Yeah, we're looking
instead of the cloud, because here in Italy we have a big problem with networks bandwidth. So for this reason we are looking for some big memories inside phones.
Yeah. So we've recognized that trend, and we're currently looking to see whether we should offer bigger options. I think the difficulty will always be that, for instance, if you have a 16 gig version and a 32 gig version, the most sold version will always be the 16 gig. I think that's the downside. And as a result, the 32 gig will not be available in every store. But I think the important news is we recognize that trend, and we're studying for next year to see what we need to do, how big that memory should be, and on which product we should offer that. But we're not, we haven't made up our minds yet, but we're definitely looking into multiple options for memory.
And for tablets, for example, are you planning something to get 6, 8, 10 inches as a tablet for people usable inside offices, inside their homes, for example?
When it comes to tablets, we still consider ourselves to be a player in the tablet market. I know HTC Flyer was a long time ago, so it's probably it's a bit of maybe an unexpected answer when I say we are a player in the tablet market. But I think the challenge for HTC is to find that premium spot. Just like we've done for the HTC One inside smartphones, we've created something truly unique and something special. That is what we need to replicate, or that is what we need to do in the tablet space. If you look at the Android tablet space specifically, it's, I would say, even more price sensitive than the phone market. So it seems to be whoever gets down in price the fastest is the one that has some sort of sales success. HTC is more, I would say, more strategic, more considerate. So HTC needs to find that, those experiences that can make them, they can make a more premium tablet. And I think once we have that solution, we will come out.
Have you got also some news, for example, about Windows Phone devices?
I'm not sure what you're referring to as some news. I think I can say that HTC and Microsoft are good partners, and even though the industry changed a bit when Microsoft acquired Nokia, that doesn't mean our partnership ends. Let's not forget, we started Windows Phone. We've built the very first, just like we built the first Android phone, by the way, and it would be a shame if we sort of had to step away today. However, having said that, I think we need to look exactly what our position is on Windows Phone, but we are definitely eager to continue Windows Phones.
Let me ask you the last question. Are you planning something about Ubuntu version, for example, Linux, pure Linux installation on the devices?
At this stage, if we look at, let's say, other operating systems outside Windows Phone and Android, we have no plans. However, that doesn't say we're blind. We will constantly scan the market and look for opportunities. I mean, there was a moment somewhere where we decided to do Android, and then the rest followed. So I think for us, we're always on the lookout to see where the opportunity is. However, I think we as HTC, what we look for is how can we differentiate ourselves from the rest. So if an opportunity comes by where we feel we can really sort of differentiate ourselves and give that HTC look and feel on top of it, we might do it. But then again, at this moment, we have no plans.
Thanks a lot for your time, and see you.
Thank you very much.
Bye, thanks.